Of course, when I got the new Marvel Legends 80th Iron Man, I knew I instantly had to review it. I mean, my comic Iron Man Marvel Legends collection video is actually doing really great, and I love the support I've been getting from that. And I know a lot of you guys probably came here from that video, so hello, how are you? I heard you also like Tony Stark, and I'm here to talk about probably Hasbro's very best Marvel Legends comic Iron Man figure. This is it, man. This is the best. Of course, there's always subjective opinions on which armor do you prefer, blah, blah, blah. Do you like the Neo-Classic, or do you like the Modern? Do you like the Extremis? I personally love them all, but I also have quite the soft spot for the original classic red and gold Iron Man. This is the original red and gold design for Iron Man. I absolutely love it, and I'm so happy that we have a brand new Marvel Legend. Because we've had a few in the past. I don't have any of the Toy Biz ones to compare them to, because that Toy Biz mold is a little shaky. But I do have the Hasbro versions that they made to compare them to, and I think we should probably just go ahead and do that. So here it is with the Maria Hill 2-pack version. I'm sorry, that was just my gut reaction to laugh. Get out of there, little cat hair. No one wants you. I want the cats, but not their hair. But yeah, man, look at this. Look at this comparison. This figure's really big. Looking at this, man, you can see this figure's really big. This figure still has a place in my collection because he's red and yellow. This one's red and gold. I'm so happy he's painted gold. They had the prototype at whatever, I don't remember which show he was first shown, but it was cast in like that pearly gold, and I was really scared that's what it was going to be. But no, they painted it. Thank God they did. Yeah, this figure's still nice. I still like it, but look at that. Look at the proportions. Look at the size. And we'll compare the Tony head sculpts too in a little bit. Yeah, there's that comparison. You can see the legs as well. Just the difference, man, is crazy. And then I'm sure a lot of you also want to see him next to the Iron Man 3 version. And this one's also red and gold. So you may be thinking, oh, why keep this one around? It has the different helmet design. So I still have reasons to keep these old ones. But man, if you don't have any of these old ones, completely just pass these up for this new one. I mean, this figure's fine. I mean, it still poses. It still is fun. I still enjoy it. And it has one bonus because it actually has hinges at the repulsor blast hands. But it's kind of lanky, it's kind of dated. I still enjoy it, I still like having these. But this thing is amazing. So let's just talk about the base figure. This is what you get out of the package. He comes with the fisted hands, and he comes with this head right out of the box. Let's just take a look at him. So this helmet is great. I love this helmet. It's really nice and flat. I don't like it as much as the other helmet, believe it or not. We'll talk about that later. But I still love this helmet. It's really great sculpt. It's so classic Iron Man. Look at that gold. Look at that gold paint, man. That sheen is amazing. Is that another cat hair? Oh my gosh. I love the cats, but not the hair. Okay. Even has this little bit of paint right there on these old knobs. It's really appreciated. And even has some paint on the hands as well for the repulsor. And of course, he is just covered in the gold paint. His red is just cast in a pearly red plastic, but look at that, man. There's not a lot of swirls. It's really nice and shiny. This is some of Hasbro's very best shiny plastic I've seen. This thing, I can feel the premium quality on this. I feel like this is definitely worth the $25. Looking at it, man, it's the original classic Iron Man design's really basic, but he still has the lines in certain parts of the armor. He's still got the nice gold paint. Look at that, man. So nice. Unfortunately, because his thighs are painted gold, you're not really going to have any luck getting rid of that little logo unless you paint over it. I've done that on some Marvel Legends figures where I just like take some nail polish remover or something. I just get rid of that printing on the thigh. Yeah, man, look at that. The feet too. It looks good, man. It just looks good all around. Really great Iron Man. So good. Let's go ahead and talk about the articulation on him because I'm sure a lot of people are curious. So his head moves up beautifully. Get a lot of nice up. Get a lot of nice down. I just moved him in a very odd way. You get a lot of nice down with that too. You even have a little bit of tilt. Not too much, but you have a little bit, and of course it turns. The shoulders move up all the way. Bicep swivel. So the elbow, you can bend just the lower elbow joint and then the upper one a little bit and get that much range. Or you can bend the upper one first and then the lower one and get that much range. So it's up to you, your preference when it comes to the posing with the elbows, which way you prefer. Wrist, swivel, and hinge on these hands. On the alternate hands, they're just going to swivel. The ab crunch moves this far back and this far forward. Waist swivels, of course. And then these legs. I need to talk about this because this is a little bit of a warning. So they move forward this much, right? And they move. Is that the same cat hair? Get out! Oh my gosh! It's probably just stuck on my finger and is a stain on the figure. Okay. And then they move this far out. But as you can see, these, they just flex. They don't swivel out of the way like some other Iron Man figures. They just flex out of the way. And that's as far out as they're going to go. Be careful for that to not scratch up the paint. Of course, there's some imperfections with like the molding and everything. But one thing that may dent up your figure is if you move the thigh up and you really try to move it up and force it. I was trying to get him in a ground pound pose and he can't really do it too well. When I was doing it, I noticed I caused that little mark right there in the thigh, trying to do it. You can see how that mark came from me doing that right there. So yeah, be careful with that. I mean, of course, I don't really care. I mean, it's an action figure. It's going to have little marks and everything from time to time. Thigh swivel. Then you have double jointed knees, which actually go up really far. That's amazing knees. Then boot cut, which is really appreciated. And then you have that much up at the ankle, that far down, and pivot that goes all the way. So this figure is really articulated. And just let me say how this thing feels. It feels very smooth. It feels very smooth and nice. I can say this figure, out of every single Marvel Legend I own, is the purest definition of the term hand candy I have ever said. My Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero from Storm Collectibles, he's hand candy. My Mythic Legions Templar and Pixis, they're hand candy. This guy is in that realm. He just feels so nice. I love posing him. I love feeling him. He is one of my favorite Iron Man figures without a doubt. So, that's everything out of the package. That's the basic figure. Now, what does he come with accessory-wise? So let's talk about his alternate head sculpts, because he's got two different heads other than this one. So they pop off really nice and easy. They even make that nice noise, too. Oh, my gosh. And then you have this helmet, which is based off of different artwork of classic Iron Man. And I understand how people don't like this head because it has the nose ridge, but me, I really love that shaping. I love both of these heads, but I think I like this one just a little bit more. I'm not going to lie. I think I just prefer it a little bit more. We'll talk about the other head last, because I don't think it's right to have that other head with the other accessories I'm going to put on him. So let's take his hands off. Those also pop off really nice, and they make nice noises, too. Then he has repulsor hands, which they started doing this, and I don't really like it, where they're just permanently in the blast pose. I wish they could go down, because I've always liked having my Iron Man figures where they can have the hands, like say on this guy, you can have the hand kind of facing down, and it looks nice. This one, though, you can't do that. It's just permanently like this. And it has holes for the repulsor blasts, which each one comes into 3 components. So you have the main base piece, which is really nice. Then that can plug into the hand or the feet. I actually really like it in the feet. I'll show you here. You can have the big one in the foot, then you can have the little one in the hand, and you can actually have him doing the full sort of blast. I really do appreciate that. But what you're supposed to do, of course you can do that in just the hand too, and this, just the beam and that blast also come apart. But you can combine this as you saw before. Now, the peg for this blast is actually just a little too big for the hole. It doesn't just want to push in. What you got to do, you got to put it, and then you just got to twist and push. Twist and push, and then it goes in. And then once you do that, you can put it in his hands, and hey look, he's repulsor blasting with a very, very big repulsor blast. And it's really great. It looks so nice. I love it so much. Oh, man. I love posing him with these. It looks so cool, so classic comic booky. Really, I love the classic art for Marvel Comics. It's so great. I actually just went through my comic books. I don't have a lot, but I have this 1980 comic of Spider-Man versus the Rapier. I think it was the first, the Rapier is like the super obscure villain. I would buy a Marvel Legends of the Rapier, because I have that comic book. I've had it ever since I was a kid. Just walked into a comic book shop in Chillicothe, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to buy a comic book, and I bought that Spider-Man comic. So yeah, there's those repulsor blasts. Ramblings aside, let's get him back with one fist at least. That's the wrong fist. And let's show off his final head, his Tony Stark head. Nothing can prepare you for how nice this Tony Stark head is unless you've already seen it. This is, in my opinion, the best comic book likeness and best comic book head sculpt for a Marvel Legend I've ever seen. This Tony Stark face is remarkable. It is so amazing. Look at this face. Here, let's bring in the other one. Look at the difference. Look, Can you see this? I mean, this one's glossy, it's plasticky, kind of oddly proportioned. This one is Tony freaking Stark, man. Look at that. Look at the tone of the skin. Look at the eyes, and he even has some paint on the lips. This is not a Hasbro head. This is something beyond Hasbro. I am shocked. I was shocked to see this when I got him out of the box. Took Hasbro Pulse a week to ship this out, by the way. Always a treat. But look at this, man. This head sculpt. I just gotta gawk at this. This is so amazing. Oh my gosh. Oh man. I need to see what other Iron Man figures this head sculpt will fit on. I might let you guys know later. I didn't think to do that for this review, and I can't get out all my Iron Man stuff right now. Yeah, look at that. Oh, man. I have them with all three heads pretty much equally, but I gotta say my favorite when it comes to the helmets is this one. This is my favorite. So, one last little comparison I want to do just for fun. I want to compare him with my Marvel Universe Classic Iron Man, because, hey, I want to. So I got this one. It's a pretty decent figure. I like it. And then, look, it's Classic Iron Man, and then let's bring in another Classic Iron Man. And I have that big 12-inch Classic Iron Man I did a review of. The Captain Action Iron Man. I love Classic Iron Man so much, and this figure is just a godsend. Especially for Iron Man fans, I cannot recommend this enough. Go on Hasbro Pulse right this instant and order it. It is so worth it. It's well worth the $25 in my opinion. Hasbro is absolutely nailing it with these 80th figures. I might get the rest of the set, honestly. This thing has impressed me so much. If the Captain America and Thor and the Hulk are as good as this, I'm all in, man. It's so good. This is definitely, I think this guy's definitely going to be a contender in being my top 10 favorite figures of the year. Best Iron Man. I can probably say this could be one of the best Iron Man figures from Hasbro period ever. It could be. There's a lot of good MCU Iron Man figures, but something about this one, man. Something about it. It's just, oh, I love it. Okay, I'm going to stop talking. There has been your review of the Marvel Legends 80th Anniversary Iron Man. Oh, so good. Alternate heads to represent different comic book art styles. Great Tony Stark likeness. Repulsor blast effects that can serve both the feet and the hands. Man, I'm just going to stop this video and I'm just going to play with this thing until I go to sleep. I'll see you guys in the next Iron Man video, next review, whatever. I love it.